so I just got done watching Jakobs' Wife. I am like the last person on earth to have actually seen this movie because what am I, like fucking 3-4 months late since this movie departed? Like all of the reviews and reactions have came out and I'm like that last person on the scale that has actually seen this movie. But as I've said in previous reviews, life happens and life gets in the way, so you have to kind of move stuff and then other shit shows up and you have to deal with that, and that's just life. So but anyways, I did have some time this afternoon to actually watch Jakobs' Wife, and there was no way I was going to miss this movie because I was really excited for this movie for a few reasons. The main one being Barbara motherfucking Crampton. I mean, she is a legend in the horror genre. She is an icon. She is a final girl in the horror community because she was in some of the greatest 80s cult creature flicks such as Castle Freak, just to name one of them, and she continues to make appearances and make cameos in this genre, and she continues to go strong and give us great characters, great performances from her, and she is just as good today maybe as I would say she was back in the 80s, because once you see her in this, you'll see what I mean, because her performance in this, she is really good. Really good to see her in a front and center role, in a main lead role here, because I recently reviewed another movie on my channel which also had an appearance from Barbara Crampton, which it's made by the same distribution company, SHUDDER, and that movie was called Superhost, and she also had a small role in that movie, and so she just continues to impress, which is really good, like as a horror fan, to see that level of dedication from someone. But now, putting that aside, Jakobs' Wife. What did I think of this movie? Did I like it? Did I think it was meh? Or did I really not like this movie? Let's get into my thoughts right now. So, jumping right into what I liked in Jakobs' Wife, my biggest positive, there we go, my biggest positive, and the one I'll probably take away from this movie the most, is honestly the music score. This movie has a great 80s synth score. It sounds a lot like John Carpenter's scores, like I got John Carpenter vibes, and this is the type of score which I would buy on vinyl, or I would buy on digital, and I would just listen to it on repeat. The piece of music in this film its aim is to impress, and it 100% succeeds in that. And there's like certain sequences where the music plays a big part as being a character of that sequence. Like there's a scene when one of the characters is walking around the house and the music is slowly but eerily building up, so it's very kind of suspenseful, like sneaking music, and it added a lot to that sequence. And this is one of the rare occasions where I can say the music actually plays a big part, well, very much plays as a character to this movie, and it helps out making those sequences like that much more suspenseful, that much more intense. And honestly, it's just, as I don't know, pun intended here, but it's just music to my ears. Like this is a love letter to 80s music, and I love it. Okay, now moving on to my next positive, which I've already briefly mentioned this, but I'm going to expand more on it on here, is Barbara Crampton. I think she does an excellent job in this. I think she is really talented. I think she is really great in this movie. She has a lot more to do on here, in the eyes of the audience are definitely going to be on her, since a lot of the screen time is dedicated to her character and her exploring these certain emotions and these certain changes to her. I think she does a great job, not only in the physical scenes, but then also in the more emotional and dialogue-based scenes, because this story very much is a relationship breaking down. Like you can feel in the first act when you're introduced to the priest and what's the name, and Anne, that their relationship is just crumbling. Like it's like they don't feel the love for each other, and that's the center focus of maybe the first like 20 to 30 minutes of this movie. Is it's focused on seeing their relationship, seeing how they communicate with each other, and their communication isn't that good either. So this is very much a love story, front and center, and then it has a really nice conclusion to it at the end as well, which I really liked. And that's the other thing I really like about this movie is it cares about characters. It cares about actually building them up and making them likable, and it's kind of setting up like a real life scenario, and then making a horror, and then making the horror kind of built around that. Like there's a story and character come first. The horror elements, they're kind of built around this story. Like the horror definitely does come more into play, does play a bigger part into the script in the second and third act, I would say. And yeah, so yeah, I really like the story. I like the characters. Some of the art direction in the movie I think is really good as well. The editing, I think for the most part, I think the pacing and all that I thought was pretty good in the movie. So I've really no major complaints there. Another positive is the gore. Sweet carnage candy. Fuck, does this movie deliver? Like for maybe a large portion of this movie, there is no gore, but once you finally get to the blood and the gore and the carnage candy, it definitely does deliver. There is a lot of blood being sprayed at the screen, and it looks really good. It's all practical and it looks amazing. Like the prosthetics on the bitten neck. In a certain scene at the end of the movie that deals with rats. I really like the prosthetics and that look amazing. Like everything dealing with makeup and blood and gore and all that looks absolutely amazing in this movie. So yeah, props to the makeup department on this film. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Jakobs' Wife, this was a movie I really enjoyed, and it was very much worth the wait. Like I wish I could have viewed it sooner, but yeah, shit happens and all that. But I did get a chance to see it and definitely did not let down. This is a really good movie. While I don't think it's for the slow burn people, because I think at first this is a movie that builds the suspense and builds character and story first before getting to all the gore and what those horror fans want to see. This very much is a slow burn at first, but it definitely does pick up in pacing. But even then, there are a few slow bits in between which were slow, but it kept it kept the right tone. I think is what I'm just trying to say. It kept the right tone all throughout. So yeah. And anyways, guys, yeah, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen Jakobs' Wife, and what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you think it was bad, or did you really not like it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, have a good rest of your day, evening, and night, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.